The bent arm planche or 90-degree hold is a move where you hold your entire body up in the air by pushing from your waistline. This skill builds a specific strength which translates very well into other skills like the full planche, planche push-ups or the 90-degree push-up. The bent arm planche is a lot easier and therefore it is a good introductory exercise because it builds the same kind of strength and awareness. So it helps you to get the ability to hold your entire body up in the air in a horizontal line. There are tons of progressions which you can use in order to master this skill, and I would like to show you the progressions which helped me the most. The most important skill in my opinion is a pseudo push-up or pseudo push-up pumps. I like this one a lot because it is scalable for every level. For instance, if you are just trying to learn the skill, you can start with a push-up position and just slightly lower your hands more towards your waistline. After some time you can keep lowering and lowering your hands until you are able to push from your waistline. This exercise is so good for building planche strength because it mimics the planche position but with your feet still on the ground. But when pushing from your waistline it will still feel really hard to do, if done correctly. In order to do this exercise properly, you should lean forward during the whole movement. I like to think of an imaginary vertical line where I try to hold my head again when I come up. Also, to keep your body in a stable straight line, press and contract your shoulder blades and squeeze your glutes during the whole movement. You can also try pseudo push-up pumps. Here you lay flat on the ground and place your hands as close to your waist as you're able to. Then you just pump into the air and go back to the ground in a controlled fashion. This will build your explosive strength and might help you to push lower with your hands than you're able to with the normal pseudo push-up. Also, building your isometric strength is important and therefore you can hold the pseudo push-up at the bottom position for time. Next to building planche strength with the pseudo push-up, it is also important to get used to having your feet up in the air. Here are some exercises I use most in order to do this. First of all, you can try to do the bent arm planche with your feet against the wall. This will feel a lot like the bent arm planche, but with a little bit of assistance. You can also try to lean onto your toes or lift one foot off the wall to improve the intensity. The next two movements will get you into the air with your entire body for the first time, namely the assisted bent arm planche and the bent arm planche pumps. With planche assisted work, it is important to have your hands vertical under the bar and having your resistance band at your hips to have the same center of gravity as the planche. Now you can try to pump into and hold the planche for time and get used to the position. And you also can try the straddle version to reduce the intensity a bit. The next one is thus the bent arm planche pumps. Here I would start in a straddle position and just jump with your feet into the air and try to hold the position. First it might feel like you have no control, but eventually you will go slower and more controlled into this movement and eventually be able to hold the straddle bent arm planche. When having a solid hold time, you can try the same approach with the full bent arm planche. After some time, with the combination of all these exercises, you should now be able to hold the bent arm planche. One quick note, make sure that you are not pinching your elbows against your body. This makes this move a lot easier, though it might help you to get used to the position with a bit more assistance, so you can use it as a progression, but it should not be your end goal. And if you want to really master this position, you can keep improving the previous exercises, but you can also work on this one, the bent arm planche push-up. This is a combination of the pseudo push-up and the bent arm planche and could be done in a full or straddle position. Here you start at the top position of a pseudo push-up and then you lower yourself to the bottom position. When you are down, you try to lift your feet off the ground and hold it for a second. Then you go back to the ground and push yourself up while leaning forward, just like a pseudo push-up. This will build great shoulder strength and will help you master the bent arm planche. This is the end of this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and if it was helpful, and thank you for watching.